a girl last year. I thought it was you. She had a blonde cut. She was banging. That wasn't you? Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you're new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice gang. I am Suga. This is my best friend, Spice. Today we will be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 5. But before we do that, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever we do new videos. Also, make sure you hit us up on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, let's get into it.
So we pick up where we left off with Kimmi leading the conversation with Kaiwa and Zave. She thanks them for being there, and Kimmi just brings up the whole vaping thing. And she says that she really felt the need to bring it up because at the end of the day, it was something that was brought to her. So she wants to give Kaiwa the respect of knowing what is going on within this conversation and where it stands to this point.
Especially because she'll see it on TV.
So. She'll see it on TV, so you might as well finish it on TV and actually end it off on a good note. So then, they start talking and they all need to be on the same team. And pretty much Kaiwa is she's turning a new leaf. Kaiwa is just completely
her energy, her whole energy was different walking in there.
Yes.
She's like, oh, hey. Like the last time we saw her, she was like, cause you was dating Maurice. It was very
completely different. It was great to see it. So I was very, very happy because Kaiwa said at the end of this meeting that, at the end of the day, he needs to know that we're all on the same team and not two separate teams. And I just the united front. It's so strong. Have that united front because that's what we need. That's what we need for our young sons and our young daughters. We need to have a united front and we need to keep it together for the kids.
I was just proud of them to go from calling her homewrecker to hugging. It's just whoop.
Yes.
180. Love to see it.
Yep.
So then Destiny and Tisha are going car shopping together. Destiny informs Tisha that she is divorced. And I feel like Tisha already knew.
She's like, OMG.
What?
Really?
Divorce? No.
Could it be?
So
what?
Oh, and scene. And
Tisha talking about we going through a divorce pandemic. But then she's like, Mel and Mark, we already saw that coming. Listen, Tisha.
Don't be talking about, their divorce was a long time coming. See, why are you throwing shots still? Why are you doing it?
We just got on the good foot. You need to stop. Don't talk about her marriage. Don't talk about her divorce. Don't talk about none of that. Because when Mel starts talking, you get upset. So don't do it. Just stop. So then Tisha is telling Destiny about the Houston trip. And Tisha's like, it was a girl in the red dress and she had split up to here, boobies all out. These Houston girls, you gotta run up because they be out here trying to take your man. They don't care if they married or not. I was like, listen.
Were we watching the same scene? What are you talking about? Not you telling the story like something actually happened. Kyra did something.
I don't like that. Don't be having me.
And then you see how she had her boobs all out. And if you thought she looked bomb, just say that. If you were intimidated, just say that.
I mean, it's just I just really don't like how you try to put this story out, paint this picture out that Kyra was really trying to take your man.
You're projecting your insecurities on her and trying to make it seem like she's a homewrecker.
So she walked into the party looking bomb as hell and looking snatched, and Marsau talks to her, and all of a sudden it's her fault that she's so bomb. So then Destiny throws some shade. She goes to the confessional and she says, well, we all heard about these rumors, so I hope that what Tisha said is true and it wasn't the other way around, that Marsau was trying to talk to this Houston girl.
You see how you try to throw shade at Mel in your confessional and Destiny threw it right back at you?
See how that works?
So then Mel calls to invite Tisha to a taco night, but obviously Destiny's there, so she invites her too. Yep. And Destiny's like, so is your little friend Tiffany gonna be there? Oh, Hey, all right, Mel. Okay, keep it up.
I don't know.
So then after Mel gets off the phone, you know, Destiny clues Tisha in on everything that happened at the birthday brunch, and Tisha is like, well, I don't like her already because she sounds messy.
Yep.
And that is an accurate assessment.
It is.
Because she's very messy and she runs her mouth entirely too.
And Destiny pretty much also wants to find out if Mel knew prior to the party that Tiffany was going to drop these bombs about how they found out about each other or whatever, how they met initially. And I just, I don't think so. I don't think Mel knew. But.
I don't think so either. So next scene, Tisha surprises Marsau with a couples therapy session. Girl, have you met Marsau? How do you think this is gonna go? So Marsau says, I would have never came if I would have known. We know. Because anything that has to do with what your wife want to do, you don't want to do it.
Exactly.
Why would we come and fix something that's not broken?
Oh my God.
Says who? You? Obviously, there's a reason she brought you here. So the doctor says, so your wife done dragged you down to the therapist, and you're not even going to ask her why she felt the need to do that? All right, Tisha. Why we here? Why we here, Tisha? Well, I'm overwhelmed. I'm feeling overwhelmed and stressed because, I have to go to work. I have to go to school. I have to take care of the kids and handle everything in the household. And, I'm finding difficulty balancing all these things, and I wanted to see how we could come to a resolution so we could, be a team and handle it together. Therapist, tell her what you think she just said to you. So basically, she just trying to say she can't deal with the stress of everyday life that everybody have. Am I right?
No.
Marsau, what?
That's not what she said. She's saying that she wants to have a partnership with you. She's saying that she wants to go through this together. She's not saying that she's complaining and it's a woe is me. She's saying that she needs some help and she wants you to pitch in a little more when it comes to the things that are dealing with the kids that are at home.
She's going to school and she doesn't have time to do a couple things I ask her to do.
What do you think I'm asking for?
You're asking for a stress-free path to greatness.
I'm not, though.
What? Did she say that?
I'm not. I didn't say that. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for us to be on this path together.
I mean, you're only facing what other women have met.
Marsau was never on board with them going 50-50 with the responsibilities of the home and the bills.
She was never asking for 50-50. She just wants, give her 10%, give her 20%. Like, just some help.
He was never on board with him jumping in and being more active with the kids. He was never on board with any of that. Yep. So he understands what she's saying.
Yeah.
But he's going to project it back on her and make it seem like, what's wrong with you? It's obviously something wrong with you because I don't know why anybody would want to just be in a position that you're in. Oh, so you should just be happy because I said so.
So then he says, you know what? I don't do this to her. I don't do this to her, Doc.
My life is constant stress, but I'm not going to share that stress with you because it's unnecessary.
Why does she want you to?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to share my bills with my kids either.
This is your wife, though.
I'm not going to share my bills with my wife.
I feel like he compared her to the kids because he does see her as something like one of the kids.
Yeah.
He's like, you're here for a purpose.
Yeah, like
you're not my equal.
Yeah.
You're a subordinate.
You're right. And Marsau's saying that he doesn't share his stress with Tisha. The reason why he doesn't share his stress with Tisha is because he finds other ways to relieve his stress. You're supposed to go to your wife when you're stressed. Your wife is supposed to be the one to ease your stress. But if you have other things that you're doing to relieve your stress, then you're not going to share it with your wife. You're not going to put that burden on her because he has extracurricular activities that we may or may not know to be true.
You've decided that this is Superwoman that you want to be. And I'm fine with that. You're super anyway.
You the one who want to be Superwoman out here. I'm cool. If you want to be Superwoman, that's cool with me. I support you. And to me, that translates to you the one that wanted to go out here and follow your hopes and dreams and go out here and be somebody. You just couldn't be at home, be a housewife like I wanted you to, so suffer.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That's how I felt at that
But you're
time.
wrong about that feeling.
How?
The whole time that you think that you're doing everything around the house and you say those words, you're still walking around in a house that's been paid for.
It's like almost it's the diminishment. Like it's just like, so what I'm saying is not real is what you're trying to tell me. Like I don't have a right to be
That's
overwhelmed
literally
and
what he's
tired.
telling her. Like, no, you're wrong about your feelings. Your feelings are wrong.
And money is that's not the end all be all. But I do get a little pride when you argue about this stuff, when you spend money like water and you're still having a stressful life, because I've made something so comfortable to the point where I've elevated your ability to complain.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
Yo, he
The
thinks
gall.
so outside the box. I would never come up with the type of what?
We have X amount of dollars coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I have to generate X amount of dollars for this whole thing to work
Right.
because of our spending.
Okay.
If by some stroke of luck you were able to lower your spending,
Me or you? Because you spend more than me.
He's trying to pin everything on her and say, oh, you're spending money, you're doing this, but she's willing to take on some of that financial stress that you're talking about in order to be a more equal partner.
And he says, I don't want
But
it.
you're unwilling to.
He said, I don't want it.
Because you don't want to do all the other half of her things that she does.
But you said it's not a reason to be stressed. But you don't want to
But
do
you don't wanna
it.
do it.
But it's not a reason. It's not a valid reason to be stressed. Well, if it's not, then why don't you do it since it's so easy? You know, I understand you feel like it's the man's job to provide, and not to say that what you do is not necessary and it's not valid and it's not important. But why can't you help? Like, why are you so against it?
And why do you doing what you do have to take away from what she does?
Yeah.
That doesn't. They both have value.
So then Dr. Francis steps in and he says, Marsau, do you love yourself to love your wife enough to love her the way that she wants to be loved? And he says, yeah, absolutely. So he's like, what's it gonna take? Like, what do we need to do to bring us like in a better space? So she says, you know, more quality time with me, more quality time with the kids. And they set up Thursdays for date night at 8 o'clock. So then Marsau agrees to that.
hey Siri, remind me Thursdays at 8 o'clock for date night.
Hey Siri, remind me to care about my wife and spend some time with my kids.
Oh my God.
You need a reminder for that? For quality time with your wife and kids, you need a
Man. Marsau jokes it all off, talking about let's do this every 15 years, and then he jokes again. He's like, I think I'm cured. Like,
yeah, you fix me, doc.
Your wife is struggling. Your wife is in turmoil,
drowning.
but you're laughing about it. I mean, no. That doesn't usually produce the best results. So then they go outside, they walk outside, and then they start arguing again. He says that we tried this date night thing before, but then I'll call you or hit you up, and then you're busy doing something else. You're not even ready.
You need to take accountability, Tisha.
So then Tisha gets pissed off. She's like, accountability? What are you even talking about? Like, we're trying to establish some things now. Like, what am I not taking accountability for? And yes, Tisha's the queen of not taking accountability. But for this, like, what are you talking about? I'm just as lost as her. I don't know what you're trying to, like, grasp at right here. At the end of the day, Marsau, just do what you need to do for your family. Keeping your wife happy and stress-free should be part of your job as a man to do, not just making money. So we move on to the next scene where we got Monster, Kaiwa, and Maurice all having a conversation. And pretty much they are showing up. I don't know, something about both your parents being together when your parents are divorced is very special to me because a lot of children, they don't get to sit in between both their parents once they've been divorced. And I feel like it's really sad. And I just really like the visual of this scene. And they're there to support him and talk about the vaping. So they get right to it. They say, you know, the vaping is the worst thing you've ever done. And, you know, we were really disappointed when we found out about it. And Monster just says, you know, he understands and that, you know, that's not something that he's going to be doing going forward. But Maurice has to really drill this in because at the end of the day, he has to say, you're a young black man. You're a young black boy. And, you know, your leash is a lot shorter. You can't get away and do things that other people can. And, you know, he wants to continue to have conversations like this with Monster because, you know, his walk of life is going to be different from the person who may be next to him because of what he looks like. So then they bring up this girl that he has a crush on in Michigan, and they talk about, you know, sex and, you know, pregnancy, and they have like kind of like just a light conversation about this, and they say they'll talk about it more. Monster actually says that he doesn't want to have sex till he's 24, which is like, I like the mindset. It's not too realistic, but I really do like the mindset.
Reach for the stars.
That part.
Because then you feel full.
You know?
You're laying on the moon.
All right. Mm-hmm. So then he says, walking off, that he wants to be in a healthy marriage. And I was like, wow.
Not him making more sense than half the adults on
Hey,
this
yo,
show.
that part.
So we switched to Tiffany with her husband Louis at their house, and she's getting ready to go to Mel's for taco night. So Louis asked her, so how you getting along with the girls? Well, you know, Destiny was a little uneasy because remember that time, again, she is miraculously recovering memories.
More memories.
From that night. You didn't know Destiny, you didn't know nothing about her.
More details.
Remember that time we were at Mel's house, June 16th, 2019. It was 7:42 p.m., 62 degrees. Now you remember everything.
Girl.
I can't take you. Remember how I told her I liked her outfit? She said that wasn't her. Luce was like, ooh, yeah. Do you think that was the right time to bring that up?
You mentioned that one specific detail, but you remember it.
Cap.
So
that had nothing to do with you. You weren't even in the conversation, but you remember it.
So
Louis, you're a liar. Shut up. If you want
to, I told y'all. Go back and watch our video that says Love and Marriage Huntsville is back, where we watched the trailer. And I said she is a plant. She is like the cookie lady on Housewives of Atlanta. And she just came there to stir up some mess. They like, dag, okay, so the Martell and Melody situation is coming to a close. We need something else. So we need a little sriracha. We need a little hot sauce. We need a little Frank's Hot. Let's throw her in the mix. Because where did you even come from with all your mess and your lying?
And Louis just supporting it. Like, boy, you a lie.
Get it together.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So, yeah. So then he said, do you think that was the right time to, like, bring that up? Tiffany in her confessional. I mean, I'm just I'm just a transparent person. That's just who I am. And I
hate people. Hate is a strong word. I really dislike people that try to disguise their bad behavior and their negativity as I'm just keeping it real, or I'm just so honest and people can't take it. It's not that, oh, you were trying to help Destiny and she just couldn't take your honesty. No, you have no couth. You lack decorum. You are not right all the way around.
Right.
That was not your place. It was literally no reason to bring up a negative situation from 5 years ago while this woman's in the middle of a divorce. I'm just so honest and blunt. That's the problem. People just can't take. Girl, that don't have nothing to do with nothing. Louis says that, oh, it's just an honest mistake. You know, have better intentions going forward. And Tiffany says, I was just trying to make conversation. Girl, where'd you get that lipstick is making conversation. I like your dress is making conversation. Have you ever been here before is making conversation.
Right.
Not, wasn't your husband cheating on you 5 years ago? Remember that? That's not making conversation. That's being messy. That's it and that's all.
And 5 years ago, yeah, that was making conversation. But what was the point of bringing it up today at the brunch?
Other than to be messy and try to hurt somebody's feelings.
Girl.
Then these two are so cringy. I don't know what's going on.
We're all going to make mistakes. You and I referenced it before. We've cheated. We've done all the things. I've cheated on a test before. You know what I mean?
Cheated on a test?
I think like once.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody went through some form of
Nigga, you know you cheated before. You try to tell me you ain't never cheated.
What are you, girl? What?
Oh, now you want to walk up in my face?
What'd you say?
Now you want to walk up in my face? You heard what I said.
What'd you say?
You heard what I said.
Okay.
Really? Oh, that's what you, oh, what was that?
What'd you say?
That was like a damn fly landing on me and goddamn just buzzing off.
No.
Like,
What'd you
get off of me. Like, yeah. Oh, now you want to come back over
That
to me?
was sweet.
No,
That was
no,
sweet. That was
no, I don't want that now. No, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
She's like, oh, what you doing? Oh, what you doing? I'm like,
What are we watching right now?
Y'all don't even really look like y'all like each other for real. It's very weird.
It is.
I was like, what am I watching?
So then we move on to taco night with Mel and the girls, and Tisha shows up first because Mel is trying to be proactive and work on their relationship. So Tisha's helping set up. And then Tisha actually opens up about having the appointment with Dr. Francis. I think these are very, very, muddy waters. I don't think that Mel and Tisha should be discussing Tisha's marriage at all. Like, I just really wish they didn't. But Tisha decides to continue talking about it, and she says that they had a great conversation. They had a great conversation with Dr. Francis. And Mel goes into her confessional, and she's like, well, I hope that really happened because, Dr. Francis we didn't have too much luck with Dr. Francis, but I hope Tisha and Marsau can. But really, though, Tisha was not being fully honest. So it was almost like, why bring it up if you're not going to tell the truth? So then Tisha asked about Tiffany, and Mel is like, oh, yeah, you haven't met Tiffany yet. Tiffany is so great. Da, da, da. And Tisha's like, oh, well, I haven't heard great things about Tiffany. Destiny told me that she tried to bring up something from a long time ago about Destiny and her husband. And Mel's like, well, I just feel like she was genuinely trying to remember how she knew her. I felt like Tiffany meant nothing by that. And
I would
saying,
really like to know if someone had did that to her when she first was deciding to divorce Martell. If she would have felt like, oh, they're just making conversation.
Oh,
I saw Martell with a girl last year. I thought it was you. She had a blonde cut. She was banging. That wasn't you? You would have been cool with that?
Absolutely not, and you know it, so stop. Then Mel gets upset. She's like, wow, I'm surprised to hear that Destiny is feeling some kind of way about Tiffany. If Destiny had an issue, she could have just came to me. So
obviously she couldn't, girl.
Because you don't see an issue with anything that she has an issue with.
That, and on top of that, instead of you seeing the issue with what she did at the birthday brunch, let's go in deeper. Do you feel like he was cheating in front of all your friends on your birthday? Let's talk about this, Mel. Why would she feel comfortable coming to you?
Right. So then Tisha's like, well, yeah, you're just going to have to talk to her when she shows up. And she's like, I will be talking to Destiny. Because you feel so offended now, but girl. So then Tiffany arrives, and Tiffany actually gives Tisha a hug. They actually do know each other from the Women's Chamber of Commerce. But then Tisha decides to greet her with saying, yeah, I heard you've been stirring the pot. And it's just like, Tiffany's just like, stirring the pot? Me? Who, me? It was just like really random, like, because Tisha's putting all this like things in people's head, and Destiny hasn't even arrived yet.
Right.
So that's not fair to Destiny.
It's not. You setting her up for failure.
Yeah, because not everybody's gonna be
into
on
an
guard.
ambush.
Yes. So then Destiny arrives, and Destiny is pissed because it's hot outside. Nobody's answering the door. The door is locked. Then she comes back. She's starving apparently because she's trying to tear up some food. But before she can even get a spoon in, Mel is like,
Destiny, Tisha said you got something you need to talk to me about.
I'll talk to you about it. But let me catch up to y'all and listen, you ain't gonna mess up my meal. Let me make sure I ain't hangry.
Eat that food, girl. I said, I know this ain't got to talk to me about, honey.
Oh, okay.
Because I would have known by now, whatever it was.
It's just like, I don't like how when you're alone with Destiny, we're sisters. We're like this. You should be able to tell me anything. But then for some reason when Tiffany's around, if you got a problem,
you think
that's how you talk to your friend?
You think it has something to do with Tiffany?
Yeah, because when have we...
I've never seen her talk to her. Yeah, that's true.
Act and get all unless she had a problem with somebody. Yeah. It's like she never did that. Like as a friend, even if it was an issue, she'd be like, "Okay, child, I heard, woo woo." She'll talk in her regular voice. Now she all amped up, buck battery in her back. Like, what is this about? What is that? You trying to show off? I don't know what you're trying to do.
She said that you was kind of upset with me.
I said, you might be upset with her.
She
You
sure
need
did.
to talk.
I said, what?
I said, she might be a little bit upset with you. You guys should talk.
We shall.
Like, Mel would not let off.
Okay, but I told you I want to talk about it later, so why don't you respect my decision and wait till we get in private and talk about it later? Because Tisha should have never really even told you that I had a problem with you. I should have been able to come to you with that.
Right.
Destiny.
Melody Holt.
What was your problem in terms of what we were talking about at brunch?
Oh, it was a couple of things. You know, I was served some tea that was cold. Some ice cold tea. Other than that, you know, and then that was my biggest thing.
What tea was called? I don't remember anyone ordering tea.
Oh, because you brought it.
I didn't bring it.
So first we go from, I don't know you. Then we go, I remember all the details. Then we go, I'm gonna do what I want and I stand by it. I'm just a blunt person. Now we go, I don't even know what she's talking about. What?
I said something?
Who is Tiffany? What is Tiffany? I don't even know who she is. Like, it's like she's not a real person to me. Everything she does does not make sense. And it's just like, is it just to cause controversy?
That could be your own, the way that you're moving, your only intent the only intent you could possibly have is like to start a riot or something, because
it's not making sense.
Cause a mutiny, because you are just bugging.
Yeah. Completely out of control. So then Destiny and Mel go back and forth to it again because Mel will not get off Destiny's neck.
Do you think she intentionally came with some tea? Let's
Absolutely
talk about that.
not.
Right, that's what I'm finna say. Do you think she intentionally came with some tea?
I don't know.
But girl, why don't you ask me? I invited her.
I need you to pipe it down. Bring it down, because I'm trying to think through the process. I'll ask you. I have no problem, but give me a second.
Because I ain't do that.
Nah, say what you gotta say. You got something to say. If I had something to say, I'd say something. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say. Whew. So why can't we just get through this dinner?
That's a good point, too.
And then when everybody leaves, we could have our conversations to the side, sip some wine, and talk about whatever we gotta talk about. Why you now? Let's put it all on the table. Why you gotta do all of that?
That's a lot.
Especially knowing that she's going through this tumultuous time. It's like, for you to be coming at her like that is just very strange to me, considering you just went through the same thing.
Exactly.
I don't know, child.
So thank you guys. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, please hit that notification bell so that you can know when we drop a new video. And if you made it to the end of this video, blast these comment sections with some question marks, because what's going on here? What is happening?
Why is Tiffany here?
What purpose does Tiffany really serve? I need answers. I got questions. Throw in some question marks in the comments. Let us know that you guys made it to the end. Also, don't forget to follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, we look forward to seeing all you beautiful people in the next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gon' spread
Good energy.
Today we gon' share
Good energy.
I go to work.
Today gon' be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative,